Beep, 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 beep. Hello all, welcome back. Look at the sun. The sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. I can feel spring in the air, and there's a spring in my step this morning as I bring to you what part am I on? 6, I think. Part 6 of the ridiculous expose of Sheffield University and its LGBT strategy. So what have we got? Well, you'd think that it would start to get better as you moved along, but of course it hasn't started to get better at all. It's anything but getting better. It's getting worse, in fact. So before that, become a warrior teacher. Time's running out. If you want to come to the meeting, please do apply. You'll see the adverts going up or on my timeline. Buy me a coffee if you can help with that time of the month again. And yeah, let's just get started, right? There's stuff that's going down at the moment. Do you see that horrible post by that mad Australian woman? Some politician, I think she was, who said that that Kelly J. Keen's meeting with the women, so let women speak and all that, yes, was the same as the murder of the Jewish people during the Holocaust. And she actually used a picture of a Jewish person from the Auschwitz Memorial to make her point. Fire her. She has to go. I mean, that's insane. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. There was that. What else was there? Whittle, Stephen Whittle. She was wittering on. Something about sex being psychological, right? These people are nuts. I was like, yeah, if my grandmother had a bike, had wheels, she'd be a bike. It's all that business. Anyway, I'll find it and stick in the dubris, but let's carry on with Sheffield, right? So we're at Objective 2. We reached Objective 2, so there's still a long way to go, folks. Objective 2. Embed LGBT plus inclusion throughout the taught, research and apprenticeship student experience to best support LGBT plus students in academic, residential, social and well-being contexts from pre-application to graduation and beyond. Right? This is essentially Thanos, isn't it? Right? What that essentially means is we want control of every single entry point and point of existence of every student that decides to LARP their way into LGBT+. They're going to give them far greater assistance. They're going to elevate them above others, or they think they're incapable. So let's move on and have a see what these plan involve, shall we? They're going to review and map information and support for LGBT plus students from pre-application admissions, induction, teaching and learning, graduation, employment and beyond, with a special focus on key transition points and identifying appropriate actions and outcomes. And the outcome for that is LGBT plus students feel fully informed and supported throughout their learning journey, reducing the potential for non-completion, enhancing outcomes, and improving the student experience. Right. Who's going to do all this? Who's going to do all this? That's the first question I've got. I mean, really? Review and map information. This is money for old rope. This is public money's been spent on this, cobblers, as I keep saying. So what they want to do is they want to give information to support LGBT plus students. But of course what they mean is they want to give information to the people that support their utopian dream through teaching and learning, graduation, employment and beyond. Graduation, employment and beyond. So they're now outside the university and beyond. This is pure activism in action at the university and being pushed by them. And LGBT students will feel fully informed and supported through their learning journey. Well, what, do they need more support than anybody else? Why? What makes them weak? Why are they at university if they can't cope with it? Right? Why? Just asking. 2.2. Review and enhance information and support for trans individuals throughout the student life cycle, recognising national data which suggests trans students, trans students have a less positive experience and lower attainment in HE than other LGBT plus students. Trans students and other LGBT plus students. Who are they talking about? What are they doing? Who is this for? It doesn't make any sense. Trans students have a less experience and lower attainment in HE than other LGBT plus students. So it's LGBTT, is it? LGBTT. That's got lovely rolling. LGBTT at university. So there's now another section. There's another T outside of the LGBT. What? This will build on and complement 2.1 above. No, it won't. Right? Okay, so what they say first of all is they will support LGBT plus students. Then they say there's a special person, a special indigo child, I expect, above the LGBT, which is actually another T that we were hitherto unaware of. The second T. T2. It's close to Tito, isn't it? Right, so T2, okay. So they were already going to elevate LGBT plus students. Now they're going to elevate this second T, whatever it is, right? And they're going to elevate the movement. Gosh, it's almost like they're building an intersectional ladder of grievance, placing the mythical trans person at the top of it. I mean, which is exactly what they're doing. They're playing identity politics in order to bring on their communist utopia. Moving on, the outcome for that is trans students feel fully informed and supported throughout their learning journey. Reducing the potential for non-completion. Now, this idea of non-completion is an interesting one, right? Have you know, when I look up at non-completion, I said this before, this all started with something called a leaky pipeline, which came from a report that was all over the show anyway. That's why they've all jumped on it on the bandwagon, because somebody went, look at this. But it's an interesting thing to think about LGBT, right? Okay, now B, I don't know much of. L, you know, it's women. I know nothing of these things. So I will leave that to the women, right? Because they know what they're doing, okay? Let's talk about the G for a minute. Have you ever met a gay young person? I mean, they are the flightiest of characters. I know it sounds like a stereotype. Well, what a surprise. I watched Bad Education last night, a new series. It's an absolute shit show. It's just awful. It's horrendous. It's like Woke Central. Anyway, go woke, go broke. So here, they're saying that gay people don't complete as much as people who aren't gay. But of course, they'll be saying it's people who identify as gay. So it's not actually gay people, it's just people who identify as gay. Yeah, sod off then. Right, you're either gay or you're not. You can't identify as gay, you idiot. Right, the only people that can identify as gay is those that are solely attracted to the other sex. Identify as gay. So let's talk about these people that either A, think they're gay or are gay, because actually it makes no difference. If they think they're gay and they can't complete the course, it's because they're mad, right? If they're identifying into something because they're one of these, you know, ideologues that they're trying to encourage, doesn't finish their course, well, what a surprise, because they're mentally unstable anyway, right? Then you've got the gays, the actual gays, people like me, you know, inveterate bumfumblers, as they call us. So they've got people like me. Do you know what we're like? Generally flighty when we're young, right? Flighty. So you're a young gay man, you come up here, you go to university at Manchester, and you think, right, I'm going to study X. So you start studying, and then you discover other gay men, and all sorts of opportunities may come up. We're also highly entrepreneurial. Right, so what they're saying is they don't necessarily want to leave people alone to do what they want to do. They want to keep them here, and they're going to use every progressive and then persuasive and finally, of course, authoritarian manner in which to keep them at the university. It's just unreal. Unreal. Next. Create, populate and regularly update a single site within the student hub which collates relevant information for LGBT plus students. Well, that we're going to create an ideological website specifically for those who are likely to fall for ideology, and we're going to indoctrinate them via that. The outcome is supposed to be LGBT plus students can access relevant information quickly and easily, supporting belonging and inclusion. There's the word, inclusion. In other words, that site will make sure that you understand that if you don't believe in their bullshit, the site's not for you. They're creating an army. That's what they're doing. 2.4. This is just insane. Review all recruitment and marketing materials and practices, including open days, to ensure that authentic representations of LGBT plus identities and experiences are embedded throughout. What's that mean? How do I know I'm authentic? I know I'm nuts, but how do I know I'm authentic? Oh, C to my teeth. How do I know I'm authentic? Am I authentically gay? What does that require? Smear test? These people are insane. Authentic representatives of LGBT plus identities. So if they mean that, let's just consider that for a second. What they're saying is there is such a thing as an LGBT plus identity, and we have to ensure that that identity is authentic, which means that there is an authentic identity that is LGBT, but that authenticity is judged by them. Can we see the problem here? Okay, so they're going to tell us what an authentic representative. So when I stand up and go, men can't be women, yeah, and I only suck cock, will I be inauthentic? Of course I will, because I'm not agreeing with their LGBT hands, knees and bumps of daisy alphabet soup nonsense. Of course I'll be inauthentic. So I would be verboten. Get him out! I'm going to a meeting, right? This is why I'm putting up this one today early, because I thought, like, if anybody else wants to come with me, feel free. They've got a gender equality for women meeting in Manchester at the university, and they made the mistake of inviting me. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun because I know who's going and I know who's speaking and I've done my research. So it's going to be fun. And see if we can get these, LARPing twits scampering around. They get scared when I go, I think. So here we go, right? Just give us everything now. We want it all. That's what it's saying. Right, 2.4. Review all recruitment and marketing materials and practices. All recruitment and marketing materials and practices, including open days, to ensure that authentic representation. Again, we're doing the same thing. More LGBT plus applicants, consider Sheffield their university of choice. Anybody who's gay or lesbian, right, who considers Sheffield University a choice for them to go to, is insane. These people are dangerous. They are promoting homophobia. And they are promoting a belief system that sterilises children. There you go. 2.5. Review and enhance the support available for LGBT plus students within university accommodation and via the Residence Life Programme. The Residence Life Programme? That sounds a bit strange to me. Why are you interfering in people's lives so much, you communist bastards? This includes continuing to promote LGBT plus accommodation. What's different about LGBT? Is there a difference in LGBT plus accommodation? What? They need to be kept away from the others, do they? Really? Now, I wonder why you're doing that. Why would you want to keep them away from the others? In case you offend another group that you put on a high pedestal? Is that what it is? Or because you believe that they are secondary to other people? Or you believe that they are superior to other people? Which is it, Sheffield? Which is it? Because I'd like to know. What this means is, as in the outcome, the enhanced sense of belonging for LGBT plus students during their resident life, supporting their integration into wider university life. The hell is wrong with you? Integrate into what? If they want to turn up to university, be miserable, get their degree and leave, it is none of your business. 2.6. Review and enhance specific information and support relating to accommodation available for trans individuals. Right, so they've done it again. They've raised them again. They've elevated the game above what other people get. So is there special accommodation now? Is there for AGP males? Is that what you're saying? You're going to put them all in together, the AGP males. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong when you put people with a paraphilia and a fetish together in a university who are men? What could possibly go wrong? And today at Manchester, at Sheffield University, it's AGP Day. Come on down. This is Brian. He likes fumbling himself in Marks and Spencer's changing rooms. Brian, what are you going to be studying this year? Feminism. Avoid Brian, folks, like the plague. Right, that's the first 6 of the second objective. It's surreal. What they're saying is give us everything. We're going to roll the show. We're going to run the whole show. And the universities are capitulating to it because they are filled with wibblers. Here's something I'm going to do. Let's see if we can find something to upset some women. Right? And maybe some men too. I'm going to start looking at who is writing this and who's responsible for it. And I'm going to work out what sex they are. Because gender is dangerous to all of us. Right? We have to understand that. Masculinity and femininity, the worst elements of both of those ideas of gender, which they are gender, masculine, feminine, are both dangerous. Both of them, right? Doesn't matter which, okay? In their extremists, they are the very worst of humanity. And I'm betting, and this will upset a few people, that femininity, toxic femininity, is the primary motivator of this project. Because that's not a feminine statement. We're going to care for you. We'll mollycoddle you. You're going to be all right. Everything will be safe. You'll never get hurt. You really think that's about a masculine idea or a feminine idea? Come on, folks. Let's play the game. And you know as well as I do that femininity in its worst form is just as bad as masculinity in its worst form. It's just more creeping. Masculinity tends to be more immediate, the toxic end. Toxic femininity is much harder to spot because it's insidious and vicious. And what it does is it completely puts you down, right? So in essence, it's back to what I said the other day, is which actually it doesn't matter which is masculine or feminine. It generally doesn't. What it is overparenting. And this section 2 is all about overparenting. It's the parent who won't let go. The parent who won't let go. The parent who won't let go. And will only let into their little enclave the kids that will behave in the way the parent wants. It's disgusting, it's disgraceful, and Sheffield University should be under investigation by the Office of Students. But it appears that the Office of Students has got some kind of rigor mortis post-gender death. All right? So we're going to carry on with this stuff because I think it's interesting. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry about that, but I've been up to me bloody eyeballs. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic day. And the sun has got his hat on. Come on, folks. Spring's coming. See you later.